Hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Know the Botany series, where you will get everything about plant sciences. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Your comments are most welcome. Myself, Dr. Sujit Jadhav, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, SBR College Maswad, Taluka Man, District Satara. Today we are going to discuss about protein synthesis. The main objectives of these particular lectures, they are, the first one is that is making a complex process converted to a simple and understandable language to the common students, designing the entire lecture with graphical solutions, the information availability to the graduate and undergraduate students of the botany. So let's start with the discussion of protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is the process by which proteins are produced inside the cell. Proteins are basic backbone of biological cell. They are mainly created for cell communication, protection from harmful bacteria and viruses, chemical reactions, and structural support to the cell. This is a central dogma of protein synthesis where DNA strand has been transcribed with the help of RNA strand, and with the process what we call it as a translation, protein biosynthesis takes place. So these are different entities which take part in the process of protein synthesis, that is transcription of genetic code with the help of RNA, specifically the mRNA. This mRNA then attaches to the ribosomes where rRNA and tRNA they comes in the duty, and with the help of process what we call it as a translation, proteins they have been biosynthesized. So before starting discussion regarding the protein synthesis, one should understand about the basic information about the nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are made up of chains of nucleotides, and nucleotides are consist of a base, a sugar, basically a ribose sugar, and a phosphate bond. There are two types of nucleic acids are present in a cell: deoxyribose nucleic acid, that is DNA, and ribose nucleic acid, that is RNA. Nucleic acids have primary and secondary structures. The DNA, which is a double-stranded helix and which has been attached together with the help of hydrogen bonds between these two strands. And RNAs, there are three kinds of RNAs: mRNA, that is messenger RNA, tRNA, that is transfer RNA, and rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA. So talking about DNA, which is a genetic material, it is located in 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nucleus of a cell. The main two functions of DNA are, first one, that is replication, that is it reproduces itself while cell division, and another function is information transmission via protein synthesis. And as far as RNAs are concerned, RNA molecules are classified based on their structure and function. The first RNA, that is messenger RNA, which functions for carrying the DNA code to the ribosomes. Second RNA is a ribosomal RNA, which makes up the ribosomes that reads the mRNA to build the correct amino acid sequence. And the another RNA, that is transfer RNA, which functions for, which brings the amino acids to the ribosome. Now the process transcription, which is the process of creating an equivalent RNA copy of sequence of DNA. It is nothing but RNA synthesis. Both DNA and RNA nucleic acids, which use base pairs of nucleotides as a complementary language that can be converted back and forth from DNA to RNA in the presence of correct enzymes. Transcription begins inside the nucleus. DNA is copied in the form of a single strand of RNA. The first step in transcription as DNA sequence is read by the enzyme RNA polymerase, which produces a complementary antiparallel RNA strand inside the nucleus. Only one DNA strand is read by the enzyme RNA polymerase. Transcription results in an RNA complement that includes uracil in all instances, which replaces thymine present on DNA strand. Transcription actually it is the first step which leads to the gene expression. The stretch of DNA transcribed into an RNA molecule is called as a transcription unit, which encodes at least one gene. If the gene transcribed encodes for a protein, the result of transcription is messenger RNA, which will be then used to create that protein via process what we call it as a translation. The three main steps of transcriptions are initiation, second one elongation, and the last one termination. In the first step, in initiation step, the enzyme RNA polymerase binds to the DNA at the promoter region. In second step, that is elongation, RNA polymerase transcribes DNA into RNA. And then in the last step, in termination, RNA polymerase releases from DNA ending transcription. The reverse transcription processes use the enzyme reverse transcriptase to convert RNA to DNA. So this is the process what we call it as a translation. Let's begin with the process translation. Translation also proceeds in three steps. Like transcription, it is also proceeded in three steps. The first one is initiation, where the ribosomes assembles around the target mRNA. Second step is elongation, where the tRNA transfers an amino acid corresponding to the next codon. And the last stage, that is termination, when a peptidyl tRNA encounters a stop codon, the ribosome folds the polypeptide into its final structure. Translation actually it is the first step of protein biosynthesis. Translation is process of mRNA decoding produced during transcription. This process occurs in the cytoplasm where ribosomes are located. Ribosomes surrounds the mRNA with their small and large subunits. These subunits are actually different in both prokaryotes and eukaryotic type of cells. So we will discuss first of all initiation in the translation. During translation, mRNA nucleotide bases are read as 3 base codons, each of which codes for a particular amino acid. In the process initiation, amino acid tRNA synthetases are enzymes that link amino acids to their corresponding tRNA molecules. The resulting complex is charged and is referred to as an amino acid tRNA. The assembled ribosome has 2 tRNA binding sites. These are called as A and P sites. Amino acid, that is A site, and peptidyl site, that is P site. At A site is where incoming amino acid tRNA molecule bind, and the P site where the growing polypeptide chain is usually found. These sites are in the cleft of small subunit and contain adjacent codons that are being translated. At the 5' cap of mRNA, the small subunit of the ribosome binds. For translation to start, the start codon 5'AUG must be recognized. This is a codon specific to the amino acid methionine. The large subunit of ribosome then binds for elongation to occur. So this is the process, what we call it as elongation, a chain elongation. While met tRNA occupies the P site, another amino acid tRNA with an anticodon complementary to the next codon comes to occupy the A site. This process requires GTP. The enzyme polypeptide transferase forms a peptide bond between methionine and the next amino acyl tRNA. The tRNA molecule in the P site becomes uncharged and leaves the ribosome. The ribosome then translocates along the mRNA molecule to the next codon. This opens up the A site for the next amino acyl tRNA. The polypeptide chain is built up in the direction from the N terminal to the C terminal. And at the end of translation, termination begins. One of the three stop codons wise UAA, UAG and UGA enters the A site. No tRNA molecule bind to these codons. So the peptide and tRNA in the P site become hydrolyzed, releasing the polypeptide into the cytoplasm. The small and large subunits of the ribosome dissociate, ready for the next round of translation. The polypeptide produced undergoes post-translational modification before becoming the fully active protein. Thus, proteins are biosynthesized. So this is all about the process, what we call it as a protein synthesis. Thank you. Thank you very much.